All right, I'm here with Khalil at the Original Art Expo 2025 here in Orlando. We have the collections in black with some amazing artwork here. Khalil, give us the 4-1 on what this is all about.
Yeah, sure. So I am helping out Mr. Philip Thompson, DJ Big Phil from Pittsburgh. And here at OAX, Kazra Ganbar, he's the CEO of Comic Art Fans, to help with one of the special galleries that they're putting on here. So what we're supporting here is Collections in Black. So this is really a celebration of Black comic culture, history, and art. So with what we're doing here is we put together a gallery of pieces, older published pieces, newer, color featuring images of Black characters, pieces by Black creators, and really just to shine a light on this part of comicdom, I guess, that we haven't before. So that's what we're here doing.
And what kind of pieces do we have? I noticed there's some real bangers in this collection.
So it's a mix, mostly Marvel, but what we'll start with here is, so for myself, Spider-Man and Black Panther are my favorite characters, but this is a page from Fantastic Four 53. This is the second issue the character Black Panther, T'Challa, has ever been in. And 52, we don't know if any of the art exists. We've never seen it out there. So this might very well be the earliest art that we know of seeing that has T'Challa in it, introducing the character of the Black Panther. So it's a very important historical piece, but of course by the king of comics, Jack Kirby. And we have a whole 5-page story here featuring Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. And this is a 1940s story. Phil actually owns this 5-page story, showing a positive interpretation, of course, of Mr. Joe Louis. Some of the earliest art you'll ever see featuring a Black man candidly in a positive light for that time. And I won't go through every piece. This is a design of a character called Misty Knight. 60s Marvel by John Romita, great creator. A Jericho drum, name is Brother Voodoo, Gene Colan. This is Goliath and Luke Cage images. This is George Tesca and Billy Graham, I think, on inks. Billy Graham's famous Black creator from the time, artist from the time. This is huge. This is the first time we ever see Luke Cage, hero for hire, Power Man ever, in a costume in a comic from his first issue. This is him getting his powers. Denys Cowan. He's famous for being one of the creators of the Milestone universe, right, which was Black characters created during that time for essentially a new universe, focusing on Black characters, including Static, Hardware, a couple of my favorites. There's a John Romita design piece of Mr. Robbie Robertson. We all know J. Jonah Jameson's right-hand man at the Bugle, and this is a great piece with his first appearance. And you can see here that he may not necessarily have been created initially as a Black man. You can see some correction there, drawn again. And this here, there's actually a note in the panel with the word Negro to appear later in books to note that he should be colored differently from some of the other characters in the book.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the 60s, early 60s. And this is Denys Cowan, again, who's attending here, one of the Milestone creators. This is a run he did on Deathlock from Marvel in the early 90s against the Punisher there. This is Hangman, color piece by Brian Stelfreeze, who's attending. Simone DeMeo did this Black Panther piece. He's also attending. This is a piece by Javier Garron featuring Miles Morales, who we know is one of the biggest characters here of the last 10, 15 years. Having a conversation, I actually don't know that character. So, and this is actually a shrine to Storm. So these are, you all know Storm, Aurora Monroe, one of the X-Men. So this is an area more kind of focused on color pieces featuring her. So we have Olivier Coipel, gorgeous, Brian Stelfreeze, who is attending, Mark Dos Santos, who's attending, and Simona Bianchi, who's attending. And you can see that this is actually the finished piece, and over to the left is actually his preliminary working things out before he went on the bigger piece of paper. Yeah.
You've got quite the collection here, ranging from 60s all the way almost to the present. but we've got some absolute bangers from the, I guess, late 60s to the 70s.
To the 70s, yeah. Early
that
70s,
are absolutely integral to, I guess, the cultural significance of a couple of characters that are now on the tips of the tongues of pretty much everyone, but back then, a little bit more obscure.
Right. I mean,
can you dive into some of these?
Oh, that's more than fair to say. You know, I think with the last, 12 or so years, the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has had, made these movies that have the biggest blockbusters in the history of movies, right? But what's been neat, I think a neat byproduct for us that know this stuff, is that all of a sudden there's a character like T'Challa the Black Panther, or Iron Man even, that people, the layperson, actually knows about, in the United States and the world by watching these films. So what's cool to see is the connection from like that to like this is the beginning. So this is Jack Kirby, the creator of the Black Panther, a full done penciled piece by him from 1982. That's gorgeous. The king of comics. And this is from the early-ish to mid-70s. There's a Black Panther title featuring just him that he wrote and drew himself. So a nice example there. You can see his name, T'Challa, big there. Yes. And I'm lucky enough to own this piece in the exhibit. This is from Jungle Action 6. This is really the first time Black Panther had his own solo story. He's an Avengers character at the time, but this character that he's against is Eric Killmonger. This is his first appearance in the book, attacking T'Challa here, and he was actually portrayed by Michael B. Jordan in the film. Different iteration than this one, but yeah, that's a pretty important piece to me. And then I'll kind of speak to these all in one. So these are all pieces from the Jungle Action run, same run, issue 6. These are issues from the 20s, 19th to 20 something. But you can see a theme here. So these are issues where he was really essentially up against the KKK. And so you can see some of this imagery here. It's just powerful stuff. This is a classic. Crucifixion images. Right, so again, just speaking to the spirit of the Collections in Black exhibition, we thought these were important pieces, and we're thankful, honestly, to every collector who literally is just letting us use this stuff to showcase this weekend. So we do appreciate everybody doing that. So yes, this is it. And over here, last thing, we have a full issue here, start to finish. So that's page 1 of the book, and we go all the way to page 24. So it's a full book of the first issue of a creator-owned book called Bitter Root by David Walker and the artist Sanford Greene, who's also here. So this book, I believe, won an Eisner. I think it was for best ongoing. I can't. You might have to correct me, but I know won an award. It's a great. So you can see a great series, and you can see as far as Sanford's artwork here, just really going on out in terms of his skills as a storyteller. You can see the expressions on these people's faces. And he's continuing this story now. It's a hit, and we're happy that he actually brought this art and let us display it in its entirety from start to finish here. So that's really it. We have other exhibitions here at OAX, but yes, I personally have been happy to be a part of this. It's been busy, but I'm glad folks are enjoying it.
Well, Khalil, thanks for for all the info on this amazing exhibit. Where can, if you're not in Orlando or not at AOX, where can people get more info or even see some of this artwork? Yeah,
I think so. Collections in Black, as far as social media goes, that's a tag. Comic art fans also under that would be the OAX banner essentially. So I would start with that and just watch out, because we do expect this to be going somewhere else soon.
All right, great.
All right.
Thanks again.
Thank you.